What's happening? What's happening, good people? Good morning. It is Friday morning. I'm getting in here a little bit. I won't say late. It's 7:44. The time is 7:44. And this is Bajillion39. 39. This is the 39th video, y'all. We're not going to even waste any time with too many words this morning. I just want to say that it's very important. Well, I want to say this. I believe going into the future, people are going to start realizing that collard greens, tomatoes, potatoes, onions, garlic, cantaloupe, watermelon, pineapple, apricot. What is it? Apricot? Yeah, nectarine, peaches. These things are more nutritious and they taste better when you get them from your neighbor, or the person down the street, or the farmer's market, or yourself when you get them out of your yard. So I believe going forward into the future, as people start to realize this fact more and more, we're going to start seeing way more compost making, biochar making, and just different things that deal with growing your own food, and house plants as well. These things, your natural, if you don't know about Korean natural farming, some of the Jadam, IMO, was it indigenous microorganisms? Yeah, IMO. These things are better for your plants. Can y'all see my plants? Yeah. I have some on camera, but y'all can't see all of them. You know, I have a pothos and a money plant behind me. There's a Fatina right here. You can't see another pothos right here. You can see some of the leaves. But in my house, I have plants all around, and it's not nearly as enough as I want. I want more plants. I want more plants. I gotta bring this story. Now, y'all know this story was written in 1999. And I had no idea where the story was going. But this year, 2024, I realized that, oh, I need to make this about plants, the planet, soil, microorganisms, and make it entertaining. So that's what we're doing right now. That's what this story is about. And that's what it was about when I started writing it. I just didn't realize it, 25 years ago. Anyways, I got my number one dad cup here. I just drank a whole cup of water. I cut up a pineapple last night. It's in the refrigerator. I had some last night. It's good. I also have a pineapple growing. Yeah, I have a pineapple growing. I won't put it in the video, but y'all, if you guys are following me at all, you've seen the pineapple. Just watch. You have to scroll through my feed. It's in one of my videos. But anyways, without further ado, let me take a sip of water. Okay. We're going to finish off this section today. So this is going to be black. The green, that's this part here right now that's green, I'm going to turn that black into red. It's going to turn green. So we're going to be moving forward. Anyways, let's kick it off. While Jacob and his father were out fishing and being careful of mother alligators, Edna Wallace and her daughter Sonia were at home beginning the regimen of cleaning and cooking for Suge's birthday party. "Sonia!" Edna called for her from the kitchen. "Sonia Marie Wallace! Girl, where did you go?" she said to herself while searching through the cabinets for different spices. Rightfully so, she'd been worrying about her daughter in particular for the past 2 weeks. It had been that long since a co-worker's daughter ran off with a man nearly twice her age. Growing up in one of the most conservative Baptist homes in Green Pond, a small, close-knit community, it was deeply instilled in the woman that a young lady should always conduct herself as just that, a young lady. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of that because, you guys are not slow. When I don't have to say that. It's just that. And until the day of marriage, and even afterwards, the chores of being a good wife and caring mother should always outweigh any urges to live a worldly life. But long before hearing the news of the co-worker's daughter through a friend, at Piggly Wiggly, let me see, through a friend down at Piggly Wiggly. Through a friend at Piggly Wiggly. It had been her everyday duty to pry into any affairs of Sonya. As of late, the heat had been turned up a bit, and the poor child was hating life. "I'm in the bathroom," the girl yelled back. "Dang, every time I start doing something," she followed, speaking soft enough so that her mother wouldn't hear. At the moment, and like so many other times, she was in the mirror, leaning in close, searching for the presence. Searching with the presence of a heart surgeon for more blackheads and pimples to dig out and scrub away. Cleaning water vapors from the wet glass in the hand that wasn't used to wipe the mirror, she held a steaming face cloth that reeked of rubbing alcohol. And Noxzema, a concoction made to rid pimples, at least in her mind. Knowing that her mother wouldn't stop, and I need people to do young teenagers use Noxzema? I have a teenager, but he doesn't. He uses what is it? He uses Neutrogena anti-acne face wash. Same thing I use, because I had pimples as a child, and I still, if I don't wash my face right, boop, 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 boop. Adult pimples, I guess. Anyways, but anyways, somebody let me know what kids are using these days. Maybe I'll change this to Neutrogena. Anyways, all right. Knowing that her mother wouldn't stop at just one outburst, she turned off the hot water and draped the rag over the faucet before moving to the hall. "What do you want, Ma?" A minute. "What do you want, Ma?" I think there should be a comma here. "What do you want, Ma?" she snapped while getting nearer to the kitchen. That doesn't. She snapped while moving toward the kitchen. Getting nearer to the kitchen. She snapped while moving toward the kitchen. "Oh, I just wanted to know where you were, that's all. I thought you done ran off. Being so quiet," said Edna as her daughter peered into the small kitchen, red cheeks. Does she have red cheeks? If she has red cheeks, that would mean that she's light skinned. She's not the same tone as Jacob, because Jacob is dark almond and Henry is also dark complected. So if she has red cheeks, black people can have red cheeks, but the darker you are, like there's a joke I say sometime, when I tell people, "Oh, you made me blush," and I'll say, Can't you tell I'm blushing?" Anyways, if she has red cheeks, that maybe, and I won't say anything else about that, but maybe I'll just put a note. Maybe Sonya is lighter complected. I won't say light skin. Maybe Edna is lighter complected. Because in a black family, our tones range from paper bag brown, or some people say waffle color, waffle color, all the way to blue black. You have pecan tan. It ranges. We have about 37 shades of black in a black family. In one black family, at a family reunion, you can see somebody who looks white to someone, and I'm talking blood now. Blood family members. Somebody that looks Dominican, I'm talking light skin, to like Shaka Zulu black, and it's all love. It's all love. but that's what you can have in a black family. And I think we're the only people on the planet, African. If you have African descent, you can have like straight hair, blue eyes, green eyes, or whatever. Look at Stacey Dash. Stacey Dash is black, but she has what, green eyes, I think, and really light complected, straight hair, but she's black. Kamala Harris, you know, she's black. People, oh, she's not black. She's not black. Have you seen her father? Her father is black. If your dad is black, how can you not be black? I don't understand that, Janet Jackson. I don't understand that. Anyways, I digress. So, anyways, I'm gonna put a note right here, and I'm gonna ask myself: is Sonya light-skinned? Is she light-skinned? That's a good question. She got red cheeks. She might be light-skinned. I don't know. The story will tell you. Yeah. Red cheeks over a tight frown. Okay, let me read that over. Oh, I just wanted to know where you were. That's all. I thought you done run off. I thought you done run off or ran off. I thought you done ran off. Ran off being so quiet, said Edna as her daughter peered into the small kitchen, red cheeks over a tight frown. Momentarily, she stared. Should that be in, is this another paragraph? Yeah, this should be. Yeah, this should be another paragraph. So, I gotta indent that. Because this is, this part up here, if you, let me highlight it. This part here, this is Edna speaking. Alright, so I can't come back and start speaking about Sonya right here without indenting that. That's another paragraph. Momentarily, she stared at the back of her mother's heavy frame. Peeved, she slowly rolled her eyes while simultaneously turning to move in the opposite direction. At age 14, and with raging hormones fueling a never-ending supply of emotional instabilities, she'd fully entered into the life of adolescence, her second year of teenhood, with a certain kind of meanness. Now this should put this in parentheses right here. And I do this because I just want to make certain parts of the sentence pop out. Her second year of teenhood, with a certain kind of meanness. No one was exempt from the girl's sudden wrath of anger, but her pestering brother, Jacob. Paid for it more than anyone else. It was only 2 weeks before when she'd slapped the daylights out of him for simply being in her room, or rather it could have been that simple had he not gotten caught looking through her diary. A week before that, she kicked him in the back. Excuse me, take a sip of water, y'all hold tight. Okay. Alright. Let's go back a second. It was only 2 weeks before. It was only 2 weeks before when she'd slapped the daylights out of him for simply being in her room. Or rather, it could have been that simple had he not gotten caught looking through her diary. A week before that, she kicked him in the back after he called her. Okay, so let me a lot of things are going on in my head right now. Y'all know when I start stumbling over words and whatnot, I'm having trouble seeing the words because my mind is like editing. I know this is, I guess for some people this would kind of be embarrassing, you know, but it's really not my reading abilities. It's really me editing while I read, and that's pretty much impossible to do, without stopping and thinking and, just troubleshooting. That's what I'm doing. It's like, is that working? Does that work? Does this work? So that's what I'm doing, y'all. It's not what you think. If you stick around long enough, you'll see. Once this gets massaged out, all the kinks get smoothed out and ironed out, combed out, picked out, you'll see that the reading will improve. I did write it after all. Okay. It was only 2 weeks before when she'd slapped the daylights out of him for simply being in her room. Or rather, it could have been that simple had he not gotten caught looking through her diary. A week before that, she kicked him in the back after he called her a pizza-faced zombie. Then, there was a time she choked him until the boy nearly went unconscious. The assault had come after the girl. Let me see this. The assault came. This came, not had come. The assault came after. The assault came after the girl had caught her little brother listening in on one of her conversations with Keyshawn Edwards, a boy she spoke too highly of, in Jacob's opinion, and too frequently about, and a person her parents knew nothing of. Needless to say, anytime Jake was out of her hair was a wonderful time. Or was wonderful for her. Or was good for her. Needless to say, anytime Jake was out of her hair was wonderful for her. The friction between the two siblings wasn't always there, however. There was a time when they shared an unbreakable bond. These days, they rarely showed each other any type of affection. Both Edna and Henry were sure, and this is another thing too. I have a day job, so as I'm writing this at 8:02 in the morning, I'm also thinking about, I gotta go do this, I gotta do that, I gotta send this off, I gotta make sure this is done, I gotta check this, I gotta email this person back. I gotta get dressed, I gotta go brush my teeth and wash my face and lotion up. I gotta, make sure it's so much. I just can't dedicate my whole day to writing yet. Or I can't dedicate 5 hours of my morning to writing, which, I used to be able to do that. It was a time when I could dedicate 5 hours to writing, and that was when either when I was working night shift or when I was overseas, and we would have my last job in Afghanistan. We had 3 hours of camera time, and then 3 or 4 hours off camera. So whenever I came off camera, and when I say camera time, I did security in Afghanistan. I won't go into detail because I can't go into detail really. It's top secret type stuff. I'm not even joking. But when I wasn't on camera, looking out for bad guys, or not looking out for bad guys, but looking for bad guys, I would go and sit at my desk and I would type. And my book Mech came out of that. It's a book about 5 black superheroes that travel back in time to save a family out of slavery and other things. But anyways, so I'll get back to that. When this thing kick off for me really, and what this thing is writing, and also now gardening and everything that does, and everything that has to do with gardening and agriculture, regenerative farming, organic farming, and YouTube. Certainly YouTube. Also too YouTube. You know, whenever this thing really kick off, then I can relax a little bit. I'll just leave it at that. All right. The friction between the two siblings wasn't always there, however. There was a time when she shared an unbreakable, I keep saying she. There was a time when they shared an unbreakable bond. These days, they rarely showed each other any type of affection. Both Edna and Henry were sure that the daughter's entrance into womanhood was the root cause of her not-so-loving attitude and why she was treating her brother so cruel. Now that Sonia was older, she paid close attention to her nails, hair, skin, and all sorts of prissy things, as Jacob had put it. Alright, that was a struggle, y'all. I apologize on this Friday morning, but we gotta move on. Like I said, it's Friday. It's Friday night, and that's gonna be green, and this is going to be black. So we finally got past this section, and we're moving on to the next section. I'll give you a little dose of what that's going to be about. Having high cheekbones. This is a spot to put. Okay. Having high cheekbones and eyes that were slightly slanted, she had the face of a Nubian princess. And these days, with long stringy legs that always seemed to rise higher than intended with every step, somehow the girl still managed to pull off a decent runway strut when walking. It had all began after turning 13. That's when she started acting like a girl, was how Jacob had put it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to change that because I just put that. Jacob put it. As Jacob put it, see it right here? I just put something this is redundant. You know, I just put that. So I gotta remember that. Alright. How Jacob put it. Okay, so let me put a note right here. I see a little blue squiggly line, so I think it's a spacing issue. Anyways, how Jacob had put it. I gotta put a note here for tomorrow, or whenever I get back to the story, y'all. Redundancy. How do you spell That's not how you spell redundancy, but that's what we got spell check. Redundancy. All right. Some more spacing issues. And so yeah, Miss Mary Matt. Oh. Yep, so we're gonna leave it here, y'all. We're gonna pick it back up here. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, but yeah. I gotta get out of here for now. This is Anthony L. Kelly. Thank y'all for stopping by. I appreciate it. Remember what I said. It's going back to growing your own food. Eating better, y'all. We got to eat better. The food that we're eating, this McDonald's, Burger King, this Taco Bell, Wendy's, Arby's, even Chick-fil-A. You know, that's fast food. There's no love that goes into that food now. No love. Nobody's making a Chick-fil-A spicy deluxe sandwich thinking, oh, this is for my baby. This is for my baby, and my baby's gonna, use this food for nutrition. Nobody, or nobody's making Chick-fil-A. Maybe the people that work at Chick-fil-A is making a sandwich for themselves, but still, this processed food, processed sugar, Krispy Kreme donut. Y'all, I say all this, and yesterday, as I was coming back from Orangeburg, South Carolina, I had to work in Orangeburg yesterday, I had the strongest urge for a Big Mac. I had the strongest urge for something sweet, and guess what I did? I went and got gas at the gas station. I went inside, I saw some pralines, and I couldn't help myself. I got a praline, and that thing was so good, full of sugar. And for about 20 minutes, I was like, ooh, this good. You know what sugar does that to you. And about 30 minutes later, I could feel it coming down. And I'm like, oh, well, that's... But now, I'm also saying this, too. One Krispy Kreme donut a month is not going to hurt you. No. One Big Mac a month, you're going to feel it, but it's not going to put you in the hospital. If you're eating Big Mac every damn day, if you're eating Captain D's every day, if you're eating Krispy Kreme donuts every single day, Twix, I was hooked on Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Had to have one, and then I tricked myself. I was like, well, these are not good for you. Because I actually heard there's an ingredient in Reese's Peanut Butter Cups that I think it's poisonous. Basically, it's poisonous, but it gives it its taste. So then I was like, well, let me cut back on that. And what's that other one? It's just peanuts and sugar and like caramel. What is it? A Payday? I think it's Payday. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, the white. So I started eating those every day. No, that's a lot of sugar, y'all. Anyways, I'm kind of giving you guys a lecture right now. So, but take heed to what I'm saying, man. It's time for people to start growing their own food. It's time. In this story, Bajillion, the title, Bajillion, I need y'all help to keep me on track. That is about the microorganisms in the soil. I need you guys to keep me on track. I need comments. I need likes. I need shares. So if you get this far in the video and you don't hit the like button or comment or something, I think you're doing yourself an injustice, because I'm trying to help not only you out, but I'm trying to help out everybody. Till next time, salute to all y'all. This is Anthony L. Kelly. I'm out.